in this Boom Webster Technology explanatory video, we're going to be explaining robotic vacuum cleaners and how they aim to be a substitution for some of the traditional methods of floor cleaning, right after we roll out our short video intro segment. Okay, so let's start with our first topic, which is going to be to provide a brief history of robotic vacuum cleaners. In the year of 2001, a brand known as Dyson was the first to create a working prototype of the concept of robotic vacuums, which was known as the DC-06. And that was unfortunately never launched to the market due to the high production costs involved. In the next year, parentheses 2002, iRobot launched the Roomba, which was the first robotic vacuum cleaner launched to the market successfully. What are robotic vacuums? Robotic vacuum cleaners are mobile, parentheses, automatically driven by a motor, devices which are used to clean spaces as in substitution to a traditional vacuum cleaner, which would require full intervention of a human. Robotic vacuums need some maintenance and setting, although besides that they are fully automatic when working at cleaning a given space, unless an error occurs such as getting caught on material, and that would cause for the unit to not be able to proceed. Recommendation, which is kind of a simplified buyer's guide. I would like to mention that, well, first of all, this is not a sponsored video, and that all suggestions for this video are that of my own and are not influenced by sponsorships in any way. And the Ecovacs Dbot N79 or the iRobot Roomba i7 Plus, which comes with automatic dirt disposal, would be my recommendation. The Ecovacs model, however, would be the one I would recommend for most users, as the Roomba model is now slightly over the $1,000 point at most retailers, which of course would make the Dbot N79 a lot better option as in terms of value. The cost at the moment at a retailer, which I'm not going to mention for the purposes of this video, is $229, although if you get a refurbished or certified refurbished one from eBay, it comes down to around from $79 to $129, which is reasonable considering the average cost for a decent traditional vacuum cleaner. What can they do as in terms of pros? Traditional vacuum cleaners have been around for a long time, and the technology advancements continue to add to what robotic vacuum cleaners have the ability to do. And in the future, the list of what they can do will continue to improve and get longer. Although for now, robotic vacuum cleaners are to be in substitution for traditional vacuums and don't have the design purpose to completely replace a traditional vacuum cleaner yet, especially if given the context of a building with many stairs or other hard to reach places for a robotic vacuum cleaner. Although they have significantly lowered the time that would be necessary in order to vacuum a given area, and robotic vacuum cleaners can definitely help you to keep an area cleaner rather than a traditional vacuum cleaner, as they'd be able to vacuum more frequently in most cases. Many can be scheduled to vacuum daily, every alternate day, once a week, only on weekends, only on weekdays, every other weekday, etc. One day they are going to be able to replace traditional vacuums completely, although for now the technology is still being developed and continues to improve, so for some advanced models, they have special sensors and virtual boundaries, more efficient cleaning, although in general it's not evolved completely to the point of being able to completely replace them for most cases. What can't they do yet? Parentheses cons. There are a few things which robotic vacuum cleaners can't do for most situations. The abilities of them will outweigh the list of inabilities for most cases again, as in some cases of use, the area needing to be cleaned is so large scale that it wouldn't work out well. Some of the lower end models don't have much long run times and need to be recharged frequently at a charging dock before resuming, and can't do that well as a job when it comes to deep cleaning. Although higher end models have larger batteries and more powerful motors in order to utilize them with carefully designed brushes to compensate for this potential disadvantage. It's pretty safe to say that they can't drive upstairs at the moment, and therefore usually have sensors to try to avoid them, and therefore you will still have to manually clean stairs and have one per unit of flooring for the most optimal as possible coverage if wanted. Slopes in certain fabrics can cause interruption to some robot vacuums, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Besides that, the technology continues to improve and evolve in order to become more optimal and efficient. Reflection of concept time. In my opinion, I think that robotic vacuum cleaners are great. The technology improvements also help them to further replace traditional vacuums, and they eliminate much of the time needed and hassle when it comes to the chore of vacuuming. At the moment, the only recommendation that is practical would be the D-Bot N79 from EcoVacs, as from my opinion perspective, which can also be connected to a voice assistant platform and can be controlled with an app. There are a few places where robotic vacuum cleaners struggle when it comes to stairs, for example, although the advantages are usually outweighing the disadvantages. Although with how much the technology costs, you're going to have to evaluate for yourself if they're worth it for your usage case. It's nice to see that a concept from over 100 years back is having automation added to it finally, and more remote control functions is always a bonus, such as an app or web browser / computer control ability, which removes more of the physical intervention needed with the unit for its operation. And that's always besides the occasional maintenance and setting up which will be needed and which will vary from model to model. And the future of robotics and improvement in technology is very exciting. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video, which is generally towards robotic vacuum cleaners. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel, press the blue web search if you have not done so already, and have your bell notifications turned on in order to prevent missing our future uploads of content. Note that the bell icon only appears to the right of the subscribe button after you've subscribed beforehand. If you have any future video suggestions pertaining to the subjects of computer software, computer hardware, technology topics explained, how technology works, or basically anything tech related, then please let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next content upload. Bye.